How's it going, everybody? We have an insane video to talk about today. Omega Phoenix. What if Omega Red was chosen by the Phoenix Force? That would be epic. We got a blog to talk about today, which is going to answer a lot of questions we have about this character and his upcoming team. I think there's going to be a lot of questions from you too, so let me know in the comment section below. Please leave a like on the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. But let's jump into this blog, because it is a doozy. And the first thing I gotta say, a lot of people are going to be mad that it's Omega Red with the Phoenix Force for a lot of valid reasons. Let's talk about the comic accurate reasons, okay? In the Avengers vs. X-Men comic book arc, our Phoenix Force team was Cyclops, Emma, Magic, Colossus, and Namor. None of them were chosen for this. I think it should have been Cyclops that should have been chosen for this, because I mean, Cyclops with the Phoenix Force. I mean, just come on, right? But we got Omega Red. Another reason to be mad about it being Omega Red is that if this is a new character, we still have the old Omega Red, who is a legendary character with such an amazing kit. He would have been so cool of a rework with the new character set. Just think about all the cool things he does in war right now. And like, think about when we use them against Knull, right? Just his kit was so interesting in and of itself. But here's what I'll say. I have such fond memories of Omega Red from my childhood, from the X-Men animated show, I think, where I believe it's Wolverine and Storm facing off against Omega Red in some sort of snowy environment, and he was such a scary menace. Like, I had nightmares about him, which means he was written as a really good villain. So him with the Phoenix Force is kind of a really dope what-if concept. And if Marvel Strike Force just wants to do their own thing, let's see if they can cook. I will say, at least they didn't choose like Night Nurse. Okay, at least they did. At least it wasn't Night Nurse. Phoenix Force, the Phoenix Force, a powerful cosmic entity capable of destroying entire planets or rejuvenating life across the galaxy. When it takes a host, chaos and destruction often ensues. And now, the Phoenix Forces from across the multiverse are assembling hosts on Nexus Earth in the form of the Phoenix Force team. Okay. Isn't the Phoenix Force a unique entity across the multiverse? Like, there's not Phoenix Forces. I thought there was just one. Maybe I'm wrong. You comic nerds, you dorks, let me know in the comment section below. I thought there was only one Phoenix Force. I thought it was a unique entity across multiverses. Anyway, Strike Veteran Phoenix is joining forces. Okay, so our legendary character Phoenix is going to be getting a rework. She's going to get those new character stats. I think this is so cool. The amount of times when I first started playing the game, Phoenix was still kind of okay. She was still used in like war attacks, so I did actually get to build her up. There was a time in the game where there was literally nothing more satisfying than getting that Phoenix ult to drop on your enemy and just watch them explode. So the Phoenix with new character stats, I think that could be a really, really cool thing to play around with. Is going to be joining forces with the Phoenix Force host, the next Phoenix Force host, Omega Red Phoenix Force. So I'm guessing this is going to be a team tag, the Phoenix Force team tag, because this is what, no, they did X-Men for Emma Frost when they did this, right? I guess we'll have to wait and see. This deadly duo will be an absolute menace in Cosmic Crucible, so it's just a duo. Interesting. Unleashing a hellstorm upon teams on both offense and defense. They'll be a two-person team for now, unlocking theory crafting possibilities that'll help you tip the scales of judgment in Crucible and put gigantic grins on the faces of the living tribunal. A two-person team, I can get behind that. That's kind of cool. Like, we have a couple of those we play around with already, right? Red Hulk Apocalypse, Weaver, and 2099. I mean, some people use the Eternal still with like the Secret Defenders there. Old Man Logan Nightcrawler. So there's a lot of like two-people teams, like two-people power couples that we already use in Cosmic Crucible. So ones that are going to be designed for that purpose is kind of a cool idea. But they do use an important word here. For now. So I'm thinking, yeah. Anyway, let's get to the bad part. Omega Red Phoenix Force is an epic character. I don't know if you caught that in the opening, guys. He's an epic character, so there's going to be a question. Well, there's going to be a lot of questions around this, right? Is this going to be an epic character like the Undying characters, where we can actually get him unlocked free to play? If we can get him unlocked free to play, is he going to be a stat-based character? He's Omega Red for crying out loud. He's going to be a damage-based character, right? Scarlet Witch, for her part, she can like give safeguard. She does pretty subsizable damage even with no red stars. I think I have her at 4 yellow, 0 red stars, and she cranks still. But she puts out early bleed, so she helps facilitate what her Undying team members need. But if this is just a 2-person team, like, I'm not sure what Omega Red can do for just Phoenix, unless he's doing stuff for the rest of his teammates too. We'll see. We're going to have his kit here in a second. So you only have a limited time to earn his shards before they're gone, so read on for the important details. Yeah, hopefully this isn't like another Captain Brexit moment. Omega Red, sorry, as soon as I see Epic, I get like triggered. I just get triggered by this word. Omega Red Phoenix Force. When multiple Phoenix Forces from across the multiverse journey to Nexus universe, searching for worthy hosts for their cosmic machinations, one sensed Omega Red's unyielding rage and bonded with him. Now endowed with inconceivable raw energy, Omega Red immediately transformed into Omega Red Phoenix Force. Okay, first of all, ballin' origin story. Really cool words. Machinations, I feel epic just reading that word and pronouncing it properly, okay? I'm still bothered by the multiple Phoenix Force thing, but okay. Omega Red Phoenix Force is a brawler for Phoenix Force. Okay, so confirmed, Phoenix Force is a team. So I assume we're going to be getting, it's going to be like Undying maybe, where we're going to get one character every year. Because why else wouldn't they put some out right now? I don't know. Maybe they're going to see how epic characters, how the epic sales go. And if not, they'll add more characters later. What did I do? All right, let's go ahead and rewind that. Okay, perfect. So he's going to be a brawler for Phoenix Force, and his high health and damage allow him to strangle enemies while staying in the fight. He's a nightmare when Phoenix or Dark Phoenix at his side, calling her in for an assist on his basic, providing her with speed bar, and, in Crucible, preventing trauma from being applied to his team and preventing enemies from gaining safeguard. That's interesting. So first of all, giving her speed bar in Crucible, if this team is going to be the Illuminati counter, then that's just not going to happen. If it's on defense, does the Immortal X-Men shut this guy down already? If you're relying on speed bar, I think you're already one step behind. But preventing trauma from being applied to his team. Again, what is his team? Is his team the 5 people he's with on the field at any given time? Or is this for the future Phoenix Force team? We'll have to wait and see. We'll read his kit in a second. And preventing enemies from gaining safeguard. That's cool. Omega Red Phoenix Force is the second character to reduce the duration of positive... Oh, he's got the decay effect from Endgame Thanos, allowing him to bypass safeguard. He also features 2 battle-changing awaken abilities. His Awaken basic reduces his target's max health. Wait a minute, what? Like Mephisto? Reducing max health? Is that like Mephisto, like permanent damage? While his Awaken passive prevents his enemies from benefiting from passive max health increases if he has any mythic enemies. Okay, so like if you put him up against Apocalypse, you're not going to get that Apocalypse 20% life? Oh. Against Odin Illuminati, if you use this against Odin Illuminati, because there's Odin, Black Bolt won't give his passive life to the Illuminati characters. That could be impactful. I mean, this team these characters would have to be insane to get by Odin Illuminati with just the 2 of them, though. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I don't think that's going to be the case. It's probably just for the Apocalypse passive. Villain Global Mutant Brawler Phoenix Force Epic. So there is a Phoenix Force tag. Speed 120. Okay, that's the same speed as our current legendary Omega Red. Alright, basic. Attack primary adjacent targets for 250% piercing. Apply 2 bleed and prolong the duration of all negative effects except ability to block and stun and trauma. Okay. Apply assist now to 1 random Phoenix or Dark Phoenix ally. In Crucible, this attack ignores defense up. Isolate attacks and assist. I don't know why this is blue. Attack primary target for 188% piercing. Apply 2 bleed and prolong. Okay, this is what I want to see. And basic, in Crucible, the damage attack reduces target's max health of targets by the same amount. So it's Mephisto, like, permanent damage on him. I guess he's an epic character. That could make some sort of sense. Anyway, why I was laughing during this is did they just steal our homework? Like, we used Omega Red against Knull in Battle World because of this part right here, right? Prolong the duration of negative effects. And we use Adam Warlock because he did this part, apply 2 bleeds, and also prolong the duration. So what they've done is they've made an epic character who presumably, if you're going to get it maxed out, you're going to have to spend the big Benjamins, right? So this new character, we have Omega Red in the game, a legendary character, easily could have been a rework. I'm starting to get a little salty. I'm going to try and tamper down the salt. He's going to have new stats. This right here, if they didn't change Knull, and I don't think they would have changed Knull, honestly, is going to be huge for Knull. This new statted Omega Red, putting new stat bleeds and prolonging durations, is going to be huge for the leaderboard of Battle World. It's kind of scummy. It's kind of scummy, right? That we already have an Omega Red that literally does this exact same thing, but they're selling us the new statted version. I digress. Whatever. Let's keep going. Special, Dark Phoenix Crush, energy cost 5 out of 5. Apply offense up for 2 turns to self and random Phoenix or Dark Phoenix ally. Attack primary target for 350% piercing. Apply trauma for 2 turns. 2 turns of bleed and ability block. This is just his other special right now. Attack the primary target, apply trauma, 2 bleeds and ability. That's literally his, like, the current Omega Red special, but he doesn't hit adjacent targets and doesn't do max percentage life. Reduce the duration of all positive effects on primary target by 2. Any positive effect that has duration of 0 expires. So this is the decay effect. Chain to 4 adjacent enemies, applying bleed. Okay, so you're only decaying the positive effects off the primary target. Clear all negative effects and all vulnerable on self and all Phoenix and Dark Phoenix allies. Fill the speed bar of random Phoenix or Dark Phoenix ally by 50%. If this character has Phoenix or Dark Phoenix ally, gain 1000% extra focus for the stack. This attack can chain to stealth targets, cannot be blocked, counterattack, dodge, but it is not unavoidable, so you can be blinded. Okay. Now I'm mad. So what this is, let's be real about what this is. This special, this line right here, the bulk of this, okay, the damage portion of this is so similar to the current legendary Omega Red. And all this stuff is really cool, and it's really impactful. The chain to do more damage, the extra bleeds, the synergy with his teammates, the cleanse, the decay effect. This is really cool. Why am I salty about this then? Why the frick couldn't you have reworked Scarlet Witch and put a bunch of cool shit on her ultimate? A bunch of cool shit on Scarlet Witch would have been amazing, and then sell a skin for her. Something like, this is what we want from reworks, by the way. This is built off the base of what the old Omega Red does and adding a bunch of cool shit. Anyway. Ultimate, White Hot Onslaught. Energy, 4 out of 6. This will be your turn 2 ability. You're gotta be kidding me. Flip all positive effects into negative effects. Apply defense down, slow, and bleed. Attack all enemies for 400%. In Crucible, still 10% character. You gotta be kidding me. This is the legendary Omega Red's ultimate. He flips all positive effects. I believe he applies slow. I don't think he applies bleed or defense down, so it's a buff there. He does do damage. He does steal 10%. It might be 15% of enemy characters' max health from each enemy. It is not unavoidable. So this is just a better version of the legendary Omega Red's ultimate. Why didn't you just rework him? Because you wanted to sell this character. Okay. This probably has something to do with their balancing. This is the kit they wanted. They've definitely changed the special for sure. The ultimate looks like somebody said, let me copy your homework, just change it up, and all they did was add a period at the end of the last paragraph. Like, I don't know. Let's read the passive. Maybe the passive will really change the character. On enemy turn, steal 2% of this character's max health from all enemies and redistribute. Okay, hold on. This is insane now. New character stats with new star scaling. This is such a Kraken's wet dream. On enemy turn, you're going to steal 2% of Omega Red Phoenix Force's max health from all enemies and redistribute to self. He's going to be like fully healed so often because of this, and this is going to devastate our current characters. This is going to feel probably, if a Kraken gets this guy to 3 diamonds, this is probably going to feel more like 10% of Illuminati and prior characters. Is probably going to feel more like 10% of their max life just gone on the entire team. All right. On ally Phoenix or Dark Phoenix death. So we want our Phoenix to die to go Dark Phoenix. Let's see what this does. Transfer all negative effects except stun and trauma from this character being Omega Red, to the most injured enemy and attack that enemy for 300% piercing. That's a huge hit. In Crucible. So this actually just applies everywhere. So it's a really good war duo too. And this is also everywhere. My God, this is also everywhere. Yikes. In Crucible, reduce the duration of all positive effects on that enemy by 2. Any positive effect that has duration of 0 expires. Okay, so when Phoenix dies, you attack the most injured enemy, giving them all the debuffs that Omega Red Phoenix Force has, attacking them for 300% piercing and decaying all their effects by 2. That's nutty. On spawn, apply Safeguard to self and random Phoenix ally. I like that. In Crucible, oh my God, here we go. After all other characters' on spawn effects, apply Taunt for 2 turns to random Protector ally that does not have Taunt. Is Mephisto a protector? Is that what this is trying to do? If this character does not have any protector allies that gain taunt from this passive, fill this character speed bar by 20. Okay, so if you have no protector, you just get 20% speed bar. That's interesting, I guess. So he's a little bit faster then, right? So instead of being 120, 120, 20% is actually pretty quick. So if you don't have protector, you'll do that. Otherwise, you're going to put taunt on if they don't have taunt. So if he's with, like, Gladiator, he'll still just get the speed bar. Okay, that's interesting. That's kind of interesting. I like that. I have a problem with this wording after all of the characters on spawn effects, because we most recently, I got into an argument with somebody in Twitch chat about this. And they changed the wording, by the way, when no one was looking. The Iron Patriot passive, where he applies vulnerables, says it happens. I forget the exact wording of it, but then the Kahori passive has this wording: after all. I think the Iron Patriot is after other on spawn effects, but the wording here is after all other characters on spawn effects. So my question here is going to be, if Omega Red Phoenix Force is on the defensive side and I go in with my Iron Patriot, does my Iron Patriot's vulnerable stop the Omega Red speed bar? Because the way this reads, after all other characters on spawn effects, and he's on the defensive side, so the offensive check should happen before the defensive check, meaning that even if both of these were worded the exact same way, if I'm on offense with Iron Patriot, it should stop this in my head. That's not how it works for Kahori. If you try and use Cabal into Kahori, you're gonna get demolished if it's a big Kahori, okay? So this just opens themselves up to bugs, and it's really scary to me. I'll try and get some more clarification on that when I can. In Crucible, on enemy turn, gain 5% speed up to a maximum of 50%. Hold on, speed stat. So after 10 enemy turns, he's going to be at 180 speed. This is not stacked with speed up. What the hell does that mean? Hold on. So speed up would be an additional 50% speed. So hold on. If say the enemy has taken 10 turns, and we have 180 effective speed now, and we have speed up put on him, does he at least get the 60% speed up would do on his initial speed stat of 120? So would that put him at 240, or does he cap out at 180? I'm gonna have so many questions for developers once I get their ear on this one. There's so much that can be up in the air. There's so many opportunities for this to be bugged. Lower the armor of enemies with bleed by 100%. Oh, hello, Old Man Logan. That sounds like a fun combo. If this character has a Phoenix or Dark Phoenix, oh my God, he can put Taunt on Panda Pool. Phoenix, Panda, oh my God, Omega Red, Old Man Logan. Yo, that's crazy. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. And then the Nightcrawler. If this character has a Phoenix or Dark Phoenix ally, this character and all allies cannot gain trauma. All allies. And enemies cannot gain Safeguard. Cannot gain it at all. The whole time. That's crazy. Okay, in Crucible, this character has any mythic enemies. Enemies cannot have their max health increased through passive abilities. He's slow, right? Him and Phoenix are slow out the gate. He can gain speed bar, and on every enemy turn, dude, trying to do calculations on how matches are going to go with this guy getting speed stat increases on every enemy turn, that's a nightmare. That's actually a nightmare. He is going to flip Crucible on its head for sure. Phoenix updates. We wanted to give Phoenix the opportunity to use her abilities more reliably, so we increased the ability energy her ultimate starts with. Why? You just want her to die. Increased her stats considerably and updated the effect of her passive where she gains taunt when an ally gains taunt so that it doesn't apply to allies that gain taunt from an on-spawn passive effect. But sometimes you want her to get that. I'm not going to bitch about it. Just don't bitch about it because we need to let them actually get creative with reworks so we don't have Scarlet Witch. When Scarlet Witch gets her 9th rework, maybe they'll finally hit the mark if we give them some freedom. This means when she is joined by a character that has a pre-taunt or in Crucible, has Omega Red Phoenix Force ally, and any Protector ally, she won't immediately apply taunt to herself. Okay. We also removed her passive bonus to damage and max health, instead baking those into her base stats. Okay, so she had passives for those. They're now baked into her base stats. Did that apply to other X-Men characters? Did they all get that too? Well, let's see. So base stats, health 230, damage 186, armor 129, focus 120, resist 120. Makes sense. Okay, yeah, those are really nice stat increases. That's going to put her up there. I like that. She's a really cool character. I really want to see her go boom. So, apply assist now to random Omega Red Phoenix Force ally. Okay, so hold on. Her doing a basic is going to call an Omega Red, who is then going to do like bleeds and extensions. So her and Omega Red are really good Knull killing duo there. Nice. Special, bestow light. This is where she used to go stealth. Just see the new one. Heal all X-Men and Phoenix Force allies. Okay. If this character has 2 or more X-Men allies or an Omega Red Phoenix Force ally, attack the primary. So this is where she's going to keep that attack to keep going. If this character has Omega Red Phoenix Force ally, clear all negative effects on this character. Oh, interesting. So she transfers all negative effects to self, but then if he's on the team, she also clears it all off of herself. Cool. That's a nice touch. All right, the ultimate. Turn 2. It is now turn 1. Attack for 400% damage, clearing all positive. So this is going to be a massively big hit with the new stats. Like, what was the damage increase? It was like 200%. 186. That's going to be a massive damage ability. It is single target though. Clearing all positive effects. Clear all negative effects from self and X-Men allies. Clear 2 negative effects from all allies. Gain 50,000 extra focus. 50,000% extra focus. So she's going to annihilate Black Knights. That's kind of cool. This attack cannot be blocked or counterattacked. That's kind of cool. Ultimate Awakened? No, she's going to get Awakened abilities thrown on her kit. Okay, if this character has a Omega Red Phoenix Force or 2 or more X-Men allies, generate 3 ability energy for random Phoenix Force ally. Alright, I mean, I think that'll probably be more impactful later on. So now we have a passive, on spawn, apply defense up for 2 turns self. So Omega Red gives safeguard, she gives defense up. So they are well protected on spawn. Whenever an ally gains taunt that is not from an on-spawn passive ability, gain taunt. So yeah, when Omega Red puts taunt on a protector, she doesn't immediately get it, nor will she get it from pre-taunting tanks. And the awakened passive in her, the awakened ability in her passive, in Crucible, if this character has Omega Red Phoenix Force ally on spawn, clear exhausted from a random Omega Red Phoenix Force ally. So you're not going to be able to exhaust an enemy Omega Red on the defense. So that means that like passive, where if somebody wails out on this character and has like 9 million life, that 2%, that's always going to be just a giant number. All right. Dark Phoenix updates. We really wanted to make Dark Phoenix and Omega Red Phoenix a power duo, similar to Longshot and Shatterstar. That's kind of scary. Icarus is very scary. However, because Dark Phoenix doesn't enter the battle until after Phoenix dies, it was possible to kill Omega Red Phoenix Force before Dark Phoenix was ever summoned. To combat this, we added a revive specifically for Omega Red Phoenix Force to ensure they have a chance to play together. That's crazy. She didn't get crazy stat upgrade. She got a crazy damage upgrade, I guess, and a good health one. I want to see her ult pop. So her basic, gets that assist off. Special, clear ability blocking and bleed from self and all allies. Apply regeneration to Phoenix Force. If this character is a Omega Red Phoenix Force ally or 2 X-Men, gain speed up for 2 turns in Crucible. Revive the dead Omega Red. Okay, but she has to survive to do her special to revive the dead Omega Red. And what if he's permanently killed from like a Black Bolt, or if there's a Mephisto on the enemy side? Clear all negative effects from random Omega Red Phoenix Force ally. Fill speed bar by 50% of random Phoenix Force Omega Red. Heal a random Omega Red Phoenix Force ally for 25%. Its attack ignores death proof and passives that trigger when a character jumps. So this kills through death proof and that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool. This is super scary. All right, yeah. I mean, they're a 2-person team. If they are going to be, shaping Crucible, it has to be scary. I still don't see how this could possibly beat Odin Illuminati. So the question is, so Immortal X-Men answered the question, like, how do we deal with Annihilators with, Skrull and Pav and stuff like that? Immortal crushed that, right? So the question becomes, does this 2-piece with 3 other characters beat all Mephisto teams? That's the question at hand. Otherwise, I still have a lot of, like, what's the value here? Ultimate Phoenix Unleashed. So the new one, if character has a Mega Red ally, generate 3 ability energy for self. It gets 50,000% extra focus. But that's it. That's it. Okay. So she can special, ult special. In Crucible, if this character has a Mega Red Phoenix Force ally, apply trauma and ability block to primary target. So there is an awakened ultimate. We saw that on the other one. So, I mean, it is just... Both awakened abilities are ultimate and passive, right? Right? They are. Okay, perfect. So she only has 2. That's good. Okay. The passive in Crucible, this character does Mega Red ally on spawn, clear exhausted. Wait, so she'll clear another exhausted? So when she goes dark... So she'll clear it when she first... So say you do a burn attack into an Omega Red, and you follow it up with Mephisto, and then you use the ultimate. So the first exhaust will get cleared by the regular Phoenix on spawn, and then when she dies and summons in Dark Phoenix, it would clear the exhaust your Mephisto can put on him. That's OP. All right. Kiln, Forge and Fire. Unlock Omega Red Phoenix Force. Here we go, the unlock. The infamous Interstellar Prison Kiln houses Omega Red Phoenix Force's character shards. Blast off with key squads to smash your way through cells to earn the right to unlock him. Omega Red Phoenix Force is only a 2-star unlock, so grab up as many shards before they are gone. Flee with Cosmic Fire. You're sealed off in a small section of Kiln this time around. Kiln, Forge and Fire contains 20 total cells, so not 40 this time. To battle through, in order to escape the Omega Red Phoenix Force shards, you can only battle with 3 character squads, so that's the same, based on each cell's trait requirements. All players level 16 above are encouraged to join the Prison Break, but the requirements for each cell increase as you go along. Kiln rules. There is no cooldown period for character after battle. Health and abilities persist through battles. Characters cannot be healed. You remain in the same cell after losing a battle. You don't drop down. Restarting a cell will drop you down to floor 1. Heal your characters and reset your score. Completing a cell earns a milestone reward. So same sort of killing rules. So the fighting will persist. So if you like go in with 3 characters and you kill 5 out of the 6 enemies, they'll stay dead. But you better have more characters that fit that trait to get in there. I like Kiln Tower. It's a very interesting game mode. Hopefully they'll let us play test it and share it with you. That'd be super fun. Cell requirements and unlocking Omega Red Phoenix Force. Our top strike scientists have found a way to activate the full power of Jean Grey and Hercules to help you escape. Game mode and character prerequisites. IG, if this character has 3 or more Immortal X-Men allies, will be considered fully met within Kiln's walls during this event. Choose your squads based on the below traits, but keep in mind that Hercules and Jean Grey will be extremely powerful. Cells 1 to 10, there's no traits. You don't get the unlock for that, though. Cells 11 requires A-Force, 12 X-Men, 13 Avengers, so not Uncanny Avengers and not Immortal X-Men. Recommended level 70, ISO 8 requirements, green 3. That'll get you a 2-star unlock. That's very reasonable. That's very reasonable, especially since this is not Immortal X-Men, this is not Uncanny Avengers. So I think the unlock for this character is pretty much guaranteed by anyone who's been playing for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. That's the only people that should care even remotely about Crucible anyway. So good. The unlock looks like it's pretty guaranteed. After that, again, 14, 15, and 16, A-Force, X-Men, and Avengers. This time, recommended commander level 95, blue level 3. This is going to get you the 3-star. So I think all veteran players should pretty much expect to get a 3-star if you built up your absolute A-Force characters, or at least built up Kahori and had the original A-Force characters built up. X-Men, the X-Men tag is giant, guys. We got Old Man Logan. We have Nightcrawler. It's a giant, giant, giant trait. Avengers, I mean, we got some great Avengers. We got, Hank Pym and Iron Man, so those two characters can start with speed up. Captain America, we got a lot of great Avenger characters if you haven't built up your your Mighty Avengers yet. But at the same time, like, you need to build up your Falcon anyway, so he's going to work wonders in there. Like, him, Hank, and Iron Man, I think will probably be more than enough to get this done. All right, then we have A-Force, X-Men, Avengers, and then Avengers or X-Men. So again, not particular to Immortal and Mighty. That's great. Level 100, it's a requirement. Requires purple 3. So requiring on your A-Force characters. I know we just had the Frozen Dimension that could have had this done, but I think for the most part, people just use their Orcus characters, especially if they were still in the Odin hunt. So right away, floor 17 is kind of the biggest kick in the nuts, because this is the most luxury team, right? So for the X-Men, we're going to be doing some of our Immortal X-Men to purple 3 anyway, so some people might have already been working on this. Same with Avengers, if they've done Falcon and they're waiting to do what's his name, Hercules, that'd be great. Also, we'd have probably lots of X-Men done purple 3, right? Like your Old Man Logan, your Nightcrawler for the Odin chase. I wish A-Force was stage 19 here at the very least. And then Avengers or X-Men, and that's also going to be purple 3, and that's going to be enough to unlock a 4 yellow stars. Okay, here's the silver lining. 4 stars is cable free to play. I know people don't want to hear that. If you were in a super active alliance, you were already a veteran player when the Odin purple ISO stuff started, and you've been active in all the leaderboards, you 100%. I did it on my free to play account that recently I sunset. You would have already gotten Odin by now. You would have been able to get extra purple 3. You'd be able to do this. So as far as epic releases go, this is probably going to be the most generous, but it's still not going to be the best in my opinion, okay? I think that you can just make these nodes so challenging and so strategy-based, especially if you're leaving these tags as open as it appears you are, right? Just make them hard so that people can get through it on the merit of their skill or by following their favorite content creators' advice, and just take this off, or at least just make it purple too. I know a lot of people are going to have X-Men done already. Some people are going to have to do Falcon, and they're probably going to do Hercules at the same time. So, like, you'll have a couple characters for this. It just, I don't know, it feels yucky. Let me know what you guys think about that. I know the purple 3 is like a trigger word for people right now, especially with Battle World done and not done, but kind of on the back burner. And our economy of purple 3 hasn't really seemed to change yet. Similar to the Undying Zombies, Omega Red Phoenix Force will only be available for a limited time. Before his shards are gone, you can get your hands on his character shards through Kiln, Forge, and Fire, and special offers in the store, so he will have offers. See the chart below for the sell requirements and how many possible shards you can earn from Omega Red. Okay, so there's a little bit of a placement error. This should have been below. Look, I'm happy people are going to get him unlocked. I think a vast majority of players will get him to 3 yellow stars, and there's going to be a pretty healthy contingency of veteran hardcore free-to-play players that will get this, and all spenders, any sort of dolphin spender, is going to be able to get this done. I'm fairly certain of that. So that's interesting. It's more generous than the Undying and Captain Britain were as far as free-to-play yellow stars go. Oh, here we go. Red Stars, race to 105. Oh, here is that carrot. Get rewarded for powering up your roster with the race to 105 milestones. Scored points by powering up your roster and hitting new commander levels. Milestones will reward precious Omega Red Phoenix Force Red Stars, so you don't want to miss this red hot event. Jesus Christ. We also had really generous milestones when we had the level cap from 95 to 100. When I say generous, it wasn't easy to get them, but they gave you a lot of good stuff. Looks like that's going to be the case also to 105. Lots of people will push for this. I wonder how many red stars we can expect to get if, say, we're only coring, 4 energies a day and doing like our I think it's like 1180 or something like that. Free to play energy daily you can get if you do the 450 core refreshes. That's going to be interesting. Can they fill in the 4 red stars without having to break the bank trying to core for energy or people buying energy? I assume so. Because I assume once you get to 105, that's 7 red stars maybe, right? Or maybe at least up to 5 or 6. And then they auction off the 7th red star for this guy. I don't know. No, I don't know. Because Krakens don't care about the energy. They're going to hit 105 almost instantly. Okay, here's my prediction. Getting to 105 gets you the 4 star. 4 red stars filled in. They auction off the rest. Or they put offers out for it. That's my doomsday thinking. Kill and Forge and Fire start date. The universe's most important prison escape begins on January 27th at 1 p.m. Don't miss out on unlocking Omega Red Phoenix Force. This character is definitely going to impact Crucible. If it doesn't beat a Mephisto team, it doesn't really shake up the meta that much, except you then throw these guys on defense, and that becomes another nightmare for you, especially if Iron Patriot's passive doesn't work into the Omega Red starting passive. And that also then you need to think about Omega Red not only does a lot of speed bar stuff, but he gets speed stats, so we're looking at using new Emma against him as well. So there's a lot of moving parts for him if he's on the defensive side. Cracker's going to have him big. I don't know what to think about this. I'm kind of happy because I know I'm going to get him to 4 stars. Like, I know I will easily get this. I'm thinking I'll probably at least get 3 yellows on him and then just wait for his DPCs, depending on how high we need to push the race to 105 milestone. I don't know. This was a short PDF, but this was a long conversation about a lot of stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. How you feeling about a Phoenix team? Epic characters, but pretty available at the very least for unlock and pretty decent star level if you are a veteran hardcore player. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section as well. But for now, guys, stay happy, stay healthy, have fun. Sorry for talking your ear off, but there was a lot to digest here. This is just a they set our legendary Omega Red on fire and just kind of changed his special up a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot of it. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But for now, stay happy, stay healthy, have fun. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.